if you're in a room full of people, at least somebody needs to know your name, because you may never know what type of opportunities will come up in the future where they may need someone, and you may be the first person they will call.
Welcome, everybody, to Two Lit Chicks podcast. This is Fern Johnson. I'm here with my girl, Josie Joseph.
Hey, guys.
She's co-hosting because my good friend and partner, Dr. Alicia Mackay, is deserving a much-needed break and has on vacation. So thank you, Josie, for being here. Want to share a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am so excited to be here to be with the interns, the future. My name is Josie Joseph. I have over 15 years of experience in program management, work for CoreLogic Solutions in their insurance segment. So it's been pretty amazing ride on this professional ride, and I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So today we're talking about internships, and I have 3 phenomenal interns here. I guess the question on the table is, are internships even worth it in 2024? Especially in the tech industry, we have a great set of budding STEMsters and someone who's actually landed in STEM. So we have 2 interns, and then we have 1 employee who actually started as an intern, and it's blossomed into a wonderful start of her career at a Fortune 50 organization right here in Dallas. So I want to start with introductions. We want to welcome you to the Two Lit Chicks podcast. Woo, woo. And let's get some introductions. So let's start with the interns, and then we will end with the proud employees.
Yes.
Imagine. All right. Zakia, welcome, and introduce yourself and what school you rep and all that kind of good stuff.
Yes. Thank you for having me today. My name's Dakia Dent. I attend the illustrious Tuskegee University.
Woo-hoo.
I am a computer information systems major, and yes, so I'm excited to be here. Thank you all.
Mr. Dillon.
Hello, my name is Dylan Johnson. I am a computer engineering major at the illustrious Hampton University.
I feel some competition. Everyone's illustrious.
Everyone says they're illustrious, but
We are.
we can coexist. It's just a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Imagine Brown. I didn't go to the illustrious, I went to the University of Missouri.
It's awesome.
The illustrious University of Missouri.
University of Missouri.
For sure.
I studied information technology, and then I currently now work as full time.
So you did some internships before you went full time?
Yes.
Okay.
I did complete my internship actually last summer, and then I got a full time offer.
Oh, congrats. That's
Awesome.
great.
That's awesome. So how many internships did you do? Did you just do one, or had you done a couple before you landed your full-time role?
So I did have one more internship before I went with PepsiCo. I worked with Amazon, but it was a really cool experience. So I just had those 2 internships before I got my full-time.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. So now you guys are at the end. I believe you're the final week of a 12-week internships for the interns.
Yeah.
Imagine just going to keep working.
Right.
Keep working, girl. Get that paper.
Right.
So for the 12-week internship, how's that been for you guys?
It has been an experience, I will say. Definitely, it's been a good experience. Being in a different facet of the business and still being able to learn more than I thought I would be able to has been really it's been a really good experience for me to be able to pick up more skills than I thought I would.
Awesome.
Great answer. For me, I would say this experience has been great. 10 out of 10 experience. I really love the fact that PepsiCo loves to cater to their interns. So this means collaboration, taking us out to eat, and even just using an intern card. I think that's very important because we are able to use and meet CIOs by just saying, hey, I'm an intern. So I love the fact that PepsiCo incorporates that with their interns. So
Awesome.
It's a great experience.
Very good. So I believe both of you were here in 2023, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you guys came back. Great.
So what was the difference between year 1 internship and year 2?
I don't even know where to start. For me, that was my very first internship I ever had. So coming in, I was really nervous because it was my first internship. And then on top of that, I was in corporate, and I've never worked in corporate before. So I didn't know, what do I say? More so, do I come in like a full suit every day, or can I just khakis? So I was really striving to make a very good first impression.
Right.
And in doing so, I was kind of short-sighted in terms of, trying to more so get myself out there and network, because I wanted to make sure I looked presentable and presentable to myself first and then presentable to other people. So doing that, I was again kind of short-sighted versus this year. I'm more comfortable in that space. So now I'm more comfortable to express myself,
Okay, good.
talk to more people, talk to higher ups, and just be comfortable, be myself.
Awesome. Right. So you felt like it took that first year just because probably you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And now you came into an environment where you feel, okay, I know how to work this environment. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yes, definitely.
How about you, Dickie? What's the difference between year 1 and year 2?
Great question. So I'm going to agree to Dylan because obviously, my first internship, you're getting used to the waking up and getting on time and the soft skills that you didn't learn from school, you're now learning as an intern. So I would say soft skills will be my first one. And then also just having that confidence. So, as a second round intern, I'm like, hey, I know what to present. I know how I'm going to present on Monday. I'm comfortable with my team. And then also just having the ability to adapt is also a great perspective, especially as a second round intern, because a lot of the first round interns, they come to us for advice. And it's like we're able to give our perspective from the first year to this year. So I would definitely agree to Dylan's point. So yes.
Great. So you guys turned into mentors.
Yes, yeah.
Incoming interns. That's great.
Awesome.
My first day, someone who was new was kind of asking me, okay, what do they do this? What should I do for this? I'm just like, this is what you do based on what I knew. It was really jarring to me because it was just like, you're asking me, but I feel like I'm still in the same position, but even though I'm not.
But you have more knowledge.
Yeah, you have
more
knowledge.
experience.
Yeah, I do have more experience. So I had to remind myself like, oh, this is my second time here, not my first time. So I kind of know what I'm doing. So people are going to come to me and I shouldn't be surprised by that.
Come on, Johnson. Come on, Johnson. Come on, Johnson. So let's talk about challenges you might have had or surprises. And imagine, I know that you've probably had some, especially now making that transition from, okay, I was an intern. There were certain things that were expected of me, but not as much as now what's expected of you, coming as a full-time employee. So talk to me about like surprises or challenges making that transition.
Honestly, there hasn't been too much of a surprise because the transition from like full-time, from intern to full-time was pretty much almost like the same as far as like the work consistency.
Okay.
But, I had to travel from a new city. So that traveling and living in a new state, it's just a bunch of new things and just different things like that I just, wasn't familiar with. So I'm like, oh, this is a lot. So it's showing for work as well. But as far as like challenges within the company, I think I just pretty much, I know that I have like a bigger, what can I say, like more eyes on me.
Okay.
Like,
Greater expectations.
Yeah, greater expectations of me for sure. So I think that's just the only thing I'm kind of nervous about. But I know like this will probably be passed within the next couple months. So
Awesome. That's good. Josie, any questions you want to ask these?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you really feel like the internship really helped with your transition? Because I know you said that, you feel a lot more comfortable now, you're full-time. Like, I just feel like any interns out there, I'm sure they want to know, do you think it really helped? Like, give some tips on that, too, with the transition for you.
Yeah, no, the internship definitely helped a lot. Like, basically with my job, I pretty much did everything that I was doing as an intern, as full-time as well.
Okay.
And I didn't.
So they prepped you.
Yeah. Like, literally the first 2 weeks, I was already being told I'm going to be invited to like a digital expo that I had to present my project to.
That's
so
great.
I was like, okay, like this is something new to me.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't really too nervous because I'm the type to, get out there and
do it scared.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
For
Do it scared.
myself. And I definitely did that. So that transition, I was able to, talk to people, make those connections early on. So during my internship, I was lucky enough to have that opportunity, and now I can do the same as my full-time position.
That's awesome.
So imagine actually had that wonderful opportunity. We tapped on the shoulder in October of last year, and she helped to showcase some technology at ELC, which is Executive Leadership Council. Amazing conference and just of Black excellence and not just in IT, but just in global workworkforce. So congratulations on having that and
Congrats.
slam dunk in that presentation.
And it was so great to just see so many Black faces. I was like, oh my gosh, so many Black professionals. Like, it just gave me, like, it inspired me, really. I was like, wow, this could be me. Like,
It will be. That's right.
Speak it, girl. Speak it.
That's
Speak
right.
it. Speak it. What challenges you guys have? Anything you've overcome that you've been here, or things that tripped you up?
Great question.
I mean, second year. I mean, I would think you know what you're comfortable. Like you talked about that.
I would say that the biggest challenge for me was coming back and not doing the same thing I did last year.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
so new.
And doing something new that at first I really didn't want to do, but then as I started doing it, I realized, okay, like this is actually not that bad, and I actually enjoy doing it. And just realizing that I have to stop with the mindset of, oh, I don't want to do this because I don't understand it, or I don't like this because I don't have a good understanding of it. And applying that to other facets of my life really like opens up to, okay, I can get more experiences of just more open and honest about what I want to
That's
do.
great.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. That is growth, because you're saying if you go into something with a closed mindset, you don't know what you're going to be missing on the opportunity.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's definitely going to open me to more opportunities later down the line if I always say, okay, like, you know, even if I don't particularly like doing this, I'm going to still attempt, and I'm going to still put my best foot forward. So
And you'll still learn something.
we'll always learn
You
something.
always learn something. Takia?
So for me, I would say being on a new team. So this year compared to last year, I was sitting in a different area of the building, and also just having that different team was different for me, because not only am I adapting to a new manager, new teammates, and mind you, our team is global. So you have members that are in Mexico, that are, you know, the time difference, the zones. It was difficult to adjust, but obviously as an intern, you need that. You need that push. You need that ability. You need that ability to be flexible and versatile. So as an intern, I'm like, hey, even though their time zone is different, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to get this in the morning so they can see it when they log in.
So you have to, when you're working global, because you guys know I worked in the global capacity for a long time, you got to work the clock.
Yeah, you do.
So if you finish
You work the clock.
That early morning.
Yeah.
For over anybody over the seas, definitely.
Anybody over the seas. So it's just like you had to learn that, and you don't see that when you're at school.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
You're seeing people that are face to face, same time zone. But now it's like you're global. You're working with different people, and so it's just a great experience. I would just say that.
So through your internships, obviously you've decided to continue to pursue a tech career, and that's awesome. You know, one of the things that we've seen in the data shows is that the people of color, especially our Black associates, tend to drop out of a STEM education about the second or third year. And then when they get into the profession, they sometimes don't stay. So Alicia and I, we talk about giving it back and paying it forward. We want to make sure that as you're coming into this great field of tech, that not only are you staying, but you're thriving, and we want to help you accelerate to your path to greatness. So having said that, are you going to stay in tech, or do you think that you
for
were
sure.
for sure?
Okay.
And are you going to stay in tech?
No hesitation.
No hesitation.
No
Okay.
hesitation.
So let's pivot. And this is a question that's kind of wasn't on the list, but I think you guys will do fine with it. AI is a hot technology and a hot capability. And, you know, I think most people don't know how to embrace it or how to use it. Have you at all, either in your internship or just with the work you're doing at school, started to leverage AI in your daily life?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Every day.
Okay, Dylan, so why don't you start us off with that topic?
So AI, it can help. Like, you know, a lot of people use it to write papers, but even you can do that, but it's like AI can only do so much. And ChatGPT, if you ask it to give you the most recent data, it'll give you a prompt that says, I only have data up to a certain year. And the year was like September of like 2021 or something. I was just like, we're in 2024. So how, like, you're missing 2-3 years of data. Like, how are you, like, you can't write me an updated report on this, but I will say it definitely does help, because I seen an article somewhere that was like AI can like help detect like breast cancer or something like that. And it's just like, if we're using AI the correct way, it can actually it could very well further like technology in like a very good way. So.
Absolutely. All right, Takir, you said you were using it too. So what?
Yes. So this past school year, I had a chance to take a class with Propel, and Propel caters to HBCU students, where you're going to learn about AI. I had a chance to learn Swift, and just different areas. And I love this I love the fact that I was able to explore this as a HBCU because we don't really get the chances or the opportunities compared to PWIs.
Right.
And so with a lot of the HBC, well, a lot of with the AI and learning about it, it really just opened up the fact of this is our future. We have to accept it.
Yeah.
It is.
So
We have,
with,
to embrace it.
we
Yes.
do. We,
And
we
leverage
do.
it,
We
yeah.
do. We have to
Totally.
leverage it. And a lot of people are scared of it, but I don't think you should be scared of something that is new. You just have to learn how to adjust to it
Yes.
and accept it. And so I
That
think,
closed mindset.
yeah, that's a closed mindset, Dylan. So yeah, that's my perspective on leveraging AI.
So I will tell you, and I'd love to hear your perspective to imagine. What's nice about AI, and this is for all of us, is because it's all new, we're all learning. We can all learn pretty much at the same pace. It's not like COBOL that's like 50 years old or another technology that people have so many more years ahead of us. We're all learning at the same pace, at the same intervals, because it's all brand new. So I think that puts us all at an advantage. And the different way, because it's going to continue to morph and change.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to continue to morph and change with it. So how are you using Imagine?
So I've used some AI tools just to experiment with it, get my own, just to see if it's really like smart, like they say.
Oh, you're testing AI. Okay.
Yeah, but just to like go off from like the scared point, like people, I kind of like feel it too because I definitely did some research and watched other podcasts too where they would talk about AI and then they have discussions about how can we keep it safe to everyone.
Yeah.
And if it gets
Make it
into the
inclusive.
wrong hands, it could be used.
I didn't-
For the wrong things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also, I'm like, that's what scares me about AI too, because I'm looking one of those people that's kind of scared, but only because I just know the capabilities. Like AI is definitely changing like so fast. Within the next couple of years, it could be we don't even know. Like I know they're
Terminator.
making robots now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Flying cars.
So do you have a
Giant
favorite,
difference.
any of you guys have a favorite AI tool that you use on a daily? You said you talked about ChatGPT.
Yeah, but I've pivoted now to there's a thing called Perplexity where it now gives you prompts as well as images now.
Okay.
So like it can
break
create like custom
Okay.
images too. So
Okay.
it's just like if you need like something help with a project and like you need like okay give me like a baseline idea I can like use, it can give you that and then you
Okay.
can use that to like kind of create your project. Because I remember I had for my survey and nanotechnology class I had to build like a blueprint of an idea for medical. So like I typed in like, okay, the idea I came up with was like something to tackle Huntington's disease. So I was
Okay.
like, can you give me kind of like a blueprint of like somebody's like a graph of like somebody's head so
Oh,
I
wow.
could kind of build like a prompt off of that and it gave me like
Okay.
that and I was just like, oh wow, that's really interesting. It kind of did more work than I expected it to.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll have to write that one down.
yeah, me too. That was a new
I'll
one.
have to use
I
it.
like
Yeah.
that one.
I'm using Otter. Well, no, I was using Otter AI, but then my other business partner told me about Claude AI.
I've heard about that.
Claude,
I've heard about
Claude
that.
is
I've
my
heard
new
about that.
boyfriend, man. Like,
Very
can you do X?
Yes.
Can you do Y? Claude's like, here is the playbook.
Yes.
I was like,
Wow.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
That's amazing.
So listen, we're getting close to the end, and I want to say thank you for first being here and sharing of yourself
for
and of your
inviting us.
internships.
Right. Yes. Thank you.
There's another group of interns that will be following in your footsteps, and whether it be an internship at the organization you're at now, or whether it be an internship at another organization. So we're getting ready to close. Thank you so much for being here. It's really been great to hear how your experience has been. And so there's another set of students and interns getting ready to come in, and that'll be next year. And you guys are going to go off and hopefully take roles, and you're going to continue your career. So what advice would you give the next set of, I'll call them young budding STEMsters? What would you give them? Imagine.
I think one thing I would give interns coming in is to really just put yourself out there. And also just, stay curious. Don't be afraid to ask questions. As long as you're doing your best work, asking questions, making your connections, finding out, what it really takes to be in the role that you're in,
Right.
learning to work yourself, I think you should have a pretty successful internship.
Amazing.
I would say, don't feel like you don't belong there. Like if you made it to that space, that means you belong there. Because I know
That's
for
a good
me, I
reminder.
struggle with imposter syndrome. Even though I made it and I did the work to make it there, I still felt like I wasn't supposed to be there. But I would say, Like, even if you made it there, you're supposed to be there.
That's
Like,
right.
don't ever feel like you're not supposed to be there, and don't ever feel like don't compare yourself to other people who may seem that like they're doing well, because at the end of the day, you both made it to the same space.
Absolutely.
It's how you work in that space is what matters, and don't compare yourself to others.
How you work in that space. Great advice. Dakia?
Oh, that's kind of hard to top, Dylan.
I try.
The advice I would give interns or students that are looking for internship, I would say two things: network and apply. Apply yourself. So when I say network, if you're in a room full of people, at least somebody needs to know your name, because
That's
you
perfect.
may never know what type of opportunities will come up in the future where they may need someone, and you may be the first person they will call. So I think with networking, it would allow you to reach possibilities that you've never imagined. And then I would say the last part is apply yourself. Even though you may be afraid, I know you may be far away from home, being homesick, missing your family. This will pay off. It'll be worth it one day, and you'll be looking back at it, giving back and paying it forward, like Two Lit Chicks podcast.